Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the post-game press conference. I'm Maurice Ashley, and I'm here with the players after a long and hard fight. The final result, as you know, is a win for the world champion, and I will have a few questions for them. For the press who are here, after I'm finished, there is a microphone that is to my left that you can go to. Please line up there and ask one question, and we will keep going until we've concluded. My first question to you, Liren, is you've won the game in the aftermath of this victory. How does it feel?
Oh, no microphone.
It's on your back.
Well, of course, I feel very good. I haven't won a single classical game for a long time, and today I managed to do that. But this game, I think it's, to be fair, it's very lucky for me because I missed two tactics. Fortunately, it doesn't work for him. And then I will show the
Which move number?
first is here. Here. Immediately after I take, I realized I might lose because he can play here. And he has Queen H7. It's a very brilliant move, but unfortunately I have Queen D4. They will not only save the game, but also turn the table around. And the second point is the last move. When I take here, I carefully checked every other moves except Bishop E6. If I go here, he can just take that. Maybe he can draw the game. And very lucky I have Queen H8. So, because I already know the accuracy of the game, I think overall I played good. Although at some point I thought I would maybe worse out of the opening. Maybe after this he will study better. But after that, I think he played some normal moves, and suddenly it became unclear, and he's not so happy with his position.
There was a moment in the opening when he played the move C3 that surprised us, that you spent a long time thinking in this position. Why did you spend so long?
Yes, I analyzed it, but I couldn't remember what's the continuation. I have to decide between to play the line I knew, but I didn't know carefully, or I need to come up with a new idea in the game, myself, like in the game, and I choose the second one.
See, may I ask you, Gukesh, when did you feel that this position had gone wrong for you?
I guess the turning point was around the point after knight b6. I thought I should be better, but then it was like it was unclear. Maybe I already hit some mistakes earlier, but yeah, but maybe a few more moves, and like yeah, here I suddenly maybe knight d4 was a mistake. Yeah, I was thinking about bishop d4, but I did not really take this knight d4, knight b2 that seriously. Yeah, and then all these beautiful tactics happened. Yeah, queen f4, g5 I missed, and then fg6, queen g6 is getting ugly for me. So yeah, I mean, in my calculations I just thought queen f4 is very good for me, but g5 is the problem. And okay, after this I guess it was already tough.
And there was some compensation given in this line here after queen takes f4 that you could have played bishop c5 in this moment, and,
yeah, I mean,
and played for rook f3, which looked like it was potentially some chance for you. Did you look at this?
Yeah, I mean, when I went there, initially my plan was obviously to take queen h7, but then I spotted queen d4, and okay, rook f3 I just didn't see. So.
Coming into the game, it's your first game in a World Championship match. Was there a lot of pressure, nervousness? It's easy to talk from the outside before a match, before it even starts, but how did you feel just as you were walking in for the very first time?
Yeah, I mean, for sure I was nervous, and I think it would be surprising if I said I wasn't nervous. I was surely nervous, but after the game started, I calmed down. I think I was playing. Yeah, I obviously surprised him in the opening. I was playing some good chess, but yeah, unfortunately, and then I kind of slipped. The momentum kind of slipped.
Couldn't be a better start for you, Liren. Your feelings winning with the black pieces, especially.
Yeah, because it's the first game, I think he might get nervous at the start of the match, so I try to play something unusual, which I haven't played for a long time, and it turned out to be worked perfectly.
I will open the floor to the press with any questions.
Leoncho Garcia from El País, Spain. My question to both players is basically asking you to analyze this game from the emotional point of view. In the case of liren, well, you were supposed to be in bad shape before this game. You had, I think, objective reasons to be worried about your own situation, but suddenly you managed to overcome. How was your feeling process, emotional process during the game? And for Gukesh, you were supposed to play today an opponent in a bad shape, but what happened in reality was very different. How was your feelings? How did you deal with that during the game? Thank you.
Well, since it's been a long time since my last classical game, I think it was played in Olympia, so it's 2 months ago. I have a lot of time to recover and to train, to prepare, to get to the tournament with a totally new appearance. And yesterday during the game, I just thought somehow maybe my position not so good at some point, but then suddenly I found this idea, and I take d4, and then I be to create counter plays on the queen side, and I just move the piece very quickly, and not only to give him the pressure on the board, but also on the clock. Yeah, also I had mentioned today I spent nearly all the day game sit on the board, not hiding the player's long like the first game of last time. So I think this is a totally new for me, and I don't think last time what was the last time I was so concentrated on one game.
Yeah, I mean, okay, this obviously it was not a great game by me, and it all depended on the alertness. I mean, when all this knight b2 queen c4 happened, I think it was just a tactical oversight by me. I mean, it can happen. It's a long match, and yeah, about my opponent's form, I think. Yeah, I mean, I expected nothing else. I expected the best version of him, and we have a long match ahead. So yeah, it's only more exciting now that I'm training.
Next question.
Michael Rahal from FIDE. I wanted to pick up on what you just said, Ding Liren. So you just said that you spent most of the time at the board, actually practically the whole game sitting at the board. That's very different from your performance in Astana, where you spent a lot of time in the lounge. Could you explain a bit more about this decision, how you made it, or is it something you thought about when you arrived at the board today? Thank you.
Well, first I just did not feel any kind of hungry or thirsty, so I don't need to have food or drinks in a player's lounge. And secondly, I think the position for possibilities, and I need to figure out what's my idea, to play castle or play some h5, or like in the game I found the right plan, I think. And yes, it turns out the time flows very quickly. At some point I was down by 1 hour, but then yes, the time flies.
This is Mike Klein with chess.com. A question for Grandmaster Ding Liren. Second match in a row, you're working with Richard Rapport, and we're always kind of wondering about your opening choices, how much they came from him, how much they came from you. I'm curious if you wanted to play the French, if he kind of pushed you to play the French, or what impact did he have in your opening choice today?
Yes, he's a French expert. Also, I played French myself last time. And yes, it was our idea to play French, and I just made the decisions to play French in the first game.
Asking on behalf of followers of the FIDE channels for both of you, how many hours did you sleep before round 1, and what did you eat before the game?
I usually sleep. It depends on the day, but I try to have at least like 8 hours of sleep, and I think my sleep and my meals were good. Yeah, I'm having some meals before the game, and yeah, I feel good about both.
Well, I sleep the whole night as usual, and before the game I hope to sleep, but I failed.
If I may just pick up on before the press continues, there was one moment in the game that I recalled that you played very quickly for you, Gukesh. It was the moment when you played the move G4 here. You played it very quickly, and it seemed to surprise many in the audience, including some of the commentators and the like. Was this still your preparation completely?
Yeah, I mean, more like G4, you generally don't play without preparation. So.
Okay. All right. And so were you comfortable? You were comfortable with the sequence afterwards, of course, because you had prepared it.
Yeah, I mean, I had looked at it, and after Queen A5, I was playing on my own.
Queen A5 was the novelty for you.
Yeah.
This move. Okay. Next question.
For Gukesh, heartbreaking defeat, Gukesh, but in what way does this loss change your game plan for the match?
I think the game plan continues to be the same, just to play every game with the same energy and play the best moves in the position. I think it's the same.
I'm from the organization. I have some Chinese questions for Ding Liren. 先祝贺。然后今天这个布局第7步棋是什么原因会长考了一会儿？我知道可能已经回答过了，但是可能还需要，希望能够再说一下。
用中文吗？
都可以 ，as you wish。
对，第7步棋，我在回忆那个布局的准备跟在临场决定下一种新的思路之间抉择了一下，选择了后者。
那今天选择这个布局是想要稳一盘，还是想要争胜？因为知道你对顾客是有战绩上的优势。
选择法兰西很明显是一个很冒险的布局，因为白棋有很多种可能是能够获得一点微弱的优势的。然后赛前我也做了大量的准备。对，但是看到他的开局选择还是让我感到有点意外，然后也出乎了我的意料，所以说开局可能并不是特别的成功。
好，最后一个问题，今天的胜利会对接下来的战略有一些影响，或者有一些改变吗？
我不知道，因为我从来没有在世界冠军赛中领先过。 所以我回去再考虑一下吧。而且战略这个是，比赛机密，还是不用透露的太多。
Next question.
Ulrich Stock from Germany. A question for Gukesh. Having so much time to see you play, we were wondering what the yellow ribbon means that you have on your wrist.
It's just some like I don't know what you call it, but it's like a sacred thread. I mean, just a religious thing.
Ah, okay, thank you.
Any more questions?
One more question for Dingley Zhen. In 2023, you were always playing from behind, 3 times. Of course, the only time you were ahead is when you won the match. So do you think that this will impact any way you're going to play going forward now that you finally have a lead?
Well, it's a totally new experience. If it's the Swiss or close tournament, then I will fight for win in every possible game. But if in the match, I haven't have any experience yet, and tomorrow I have white pieces, and since I haven't prepared yet, so I don't know what's the approach I will give tomorrow.
You think you'll sleep more tonight?
At night, I always have very good sleep.
Any more questions? And with that, we'll conclude the press conference. Next game is tomorrow at 5 p.m. local time. Thank you, everyone, and have a good night.